what's up? Prince Sports here. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and all that other good stuff. Man, I'm sitting here enjoying the park, just enjoying the day, man. Got a nice, good, sunny breeze coming through. Nice, good weather, man. I'm sitting on the actually park bench. It reminds me of being back in New York when you're in the PJs and you're just sitting on the bench and you got the little table to play chess and have a good time with the OGs. That's what today reminds me, man. So I'm actually taking it back a little bit, reminiscing. Sometimes I find myself reminiscing even when I don't want to reminisce. But yeah, man, it's a good day, yo. Just sitting out here chilling. But I was thinking about something, man. A lot of you guys didn't realize, or probably realized but didn't even talk about it. Monday was Kawhi Leonard's birthday. He turned 29 years old, okay? Now, this guy has the potential of winning 3 championships, being finals MVP, 3-time finals MVP before the age of 30 years old. Okay, I think that is fantastic and great within itself. What a great accomplishment to have that, to win that much championships by the age of 29 years old, Listen, man, this guy is a 2-time Defensive Player of the Year. He has the highest winning percentage than any NBA player, superstar in NBA history, and that's including Michael Jordan. He also has more steals than fouls recorded. Okay, now you may say, what does that mean? He has 921 steals. So that gives me the indication that this guy was locking people down. Okay, he didn't win the 2-time Defensive Player of the Year for no reason. He was really putting the clamps on people. He only has 800 plus fouls, okay, committed. So he spent most of his time putting clamps on people and he actually putting out work on them. It wasn't like he just was being aggressive with people and leading to unnecessary rough fouls. He was actually stopping people and stealing the ball. So you got to give him credit for that, man. And keep this in mind. If Kawhi Leonard wins the championship this year, I think it'll go underlooked again. This guy stopped 2 dynasties. He stopped 2 teams from three-peating. And you can say whatever you want, but if it wasn't for the 2014 Kawhi Leonard not being on that team, the Heat would have won the championship. The deciding factor for the San Antonio Spurs winning that championship was Kawhi Leonard, okay? Because LeBron James was the X factor on the Miami Heat, and if you take Kawhi Leonard off that team, LeBron James would have averaged 40 points a game against that San Antonio Spurs team. But they had Kawhi Leonard to come in there and neutralize LeBron James, and that he did, okay? LeBron James looked nervous whenever Kawhi Leonard was guarding him, and he also looked like very passive. Because I broke down that in another one of my videos before, how Kawhi Leonard put the clamps on this guy, making this guy commit turnovers. And LeBron James didn't even get into an offensive rhythm when Kawhi Leonard was guarding him. He got 28 points a game in that series, but he got a lot of those points during garbage time when the game was already blown out of proportion. And, the Spurs was beating the Miami Heat by a record margin. All right, and part of that record margin was the defense that Kawhi Leonard was putting on that team, setting the pace and controlling the game. They say one thing, offense wins games, but defense wins championships. And Kawhi Leonard was busting that ass in 2014. And if he does that again, we're going to have to start giving Kawhi Leonard his props, man. I don't know why people still continue to just talk about one player all the time when you get guys like Kevin Durant, Kawhi Leonard out here putting in work and making history. LeBron's great, yes, but let's talk about some other players sometimes, man. Show some respect to a dude like Kawhi Leonard, man, because he's putting that work in. And the guy is predominantly the best 2-way player on the floor, okay? He's the best defensive player and he's the best offensive player when it comes to just playing 2-way. No player in the NBA currently right now plays better 2-way basketball than one Kawhi Leonard. And his knees may break down and his career may be over faster than it begins. But one thing's for sure, what would the legacy of Kawhi Leonard be? if he wins another championship. He'd be the first superstar to do it on 3 different franchises, winning finals MVP. That's something to marvel at, okay? It's not about how long his career lasts. It's about what he does while the time that he's playing. I said again, what you do in a short amount of time, if it's defined greatness, it equals more than you spending a lifetime playing at a high level but losing, okay? Longevity is overrated if you can't get the job done and it takes you an X amount of time to get it done. You know, that's like, put it this in this perspective. Let's say you're in high school, right? And it takes you to the age of 22 to get out of high school, and other motherfuckers is graduating at 17. You think it's better because you stayed in high school till your 20s? Think about it, you know? Greatness is judged by what you do, in some cases in short amount of time, and how you do it. So keep that in perspective and keep that in mind when it pertains to Kawhi Leonard. Because Kawhi Leonard's career may not last as long as LeBron's, but if he ends up winning more than LeBron did, especially in the playoffs, or he caps off another championship, let's say he caps off a championship this year and next year, he would have 4 championships by the age of 30 years old, okay? Now, it's not how he did it, it's the fact that he did it. That's all that matters, okay? And I know what you're thinking, asterisk. Stop with that asterisk stuff, man. That needs to really stop, because if you want to go about that aspect, then every championship in the history of the NBA is an asterisk. Just pit one for everyone then. You know, as long as you playing the game, it's a 7-game series, man, it's on you. It's up to you to do what you have to do to close that fucking game out. And that's that, okay? No buts, no ifs, no excuses, you know? Kawhi Leonard's one of the greatest basketball players of all time. And yes, his legacy should be remembered as that. And sadly, I don't think it will be, because I think a lot of people like taking shits on Kawhi Leonard's legacy, man. You know, they just want to talk about one player all the time, and that's kind of sad within itself. But yeah, man, Prince Sports out. Keep it 3000 as usual. Peace.